So now when we are done with extraction and transformation, we might want to terminate our cluster so that we don't continue to bear cost. Okay, so what I will do then is that I will create another task. I'll create another task, but before that, let me put this in my dependency right here. Is transformation completed? Okay, very good. So now this EMR terminate job flow operator, we had already imported that right here. Okay, remember that we imported add steps operator as well. So EMR terminate job flow operator. So that's what we are. That's what we are using right now. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to give a task ID. By the way, if you go to your documentation that I was showing you right here, you will see that terminating EMR job flow operator. You see EMR terminate job flow operator, put the task ID and put the job flow ID. Okay, and the job flow ID is what we are going to be getting using this task instance x.xcom_pool, because this job flow is what we created. This is the ID that we already got from here, that we created from here. Okay, so that's what we are getting from the xcom pool right here, and then the key return value, right? We already understand that. So what that means that this operator is going to help to kill that EMR, to terminate that EMR. So I will put this and add it to my dependencies right here. Okay, now how do you know if your EMR job is completely terminated? Okay, for me to know if it's completely terminated, I can just come here and use EMR job flow sensor. You see that EMR job flow sensor. Remember that we use EMR job flow sensor also right here when we were checking if that cluster was provisioned already, right? So that's the same EMR job flow sensor that we want to use to check. But in this case, the target state is going to be terminated. Remember, uppercase, because previously we said we were checking for waiting, right? Waiting, right? But in this case, we want to check for terminated. So if it is terminated, then this task is going to be marked as success. Okay, take for example, if we go to this EMR, you can see this one says terminating. It is still terminating, it has not completed. Let us refresh. Let's see the new status. Okay, now you can see terminated. So that means that it goes, you could have running state, you could have waiting state, you could have terminating state, you could have terminated state. You see that you could have different kinds of states. Okay, so now this is terminated state. Then you can have your timeout, poke interval, and your mode. Okay, now I believe we have been able to have everything. If you want, you can also say, you want to put another dummy operator right here. Let's just say we want to do that. Then we can say end pipeline, and then I would give this a task ID of end pipeline. We are using a dummy operator. So now what I will do is, because I don't have enough space here, I will just copy this, remove cluster. After remove cluster, I'll say is EMR cluster terminated. Then I'll put my end pipeline. Okay, I think that should be pretty much it right now, guys. I think so. If we have any error, guys, we are going to look for ways to debug it. Okay, let me just do a quick check again to make sure that everything looks good. Okay, we have our S3 bucket right here. Okay, we have this. Okay, let's see, just so everything works smooth. Let's see. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's just hold on and let's see if we have any error. We debug it. Error is part of life for developers. Okay, so what I would do is I would come right here. I'll come right here. You can see that I have not saved. But let me take you back to our DAG. Let me turn this off so it doesn't run. Let me click this. Let me go to graph. You can see that this is what I still have, the one we ran previously. Okay, but now let me save this. Okay, if you see what I have right here, I have poke interval 10, I have this one 5. Feel free to use any poke interval you want based on your requirement. Okay, so but I'm just doing it to be short interval so that we can easily see it during this video. Okay, so if I go back to my UI, if I refresh, very good, guys. Now guys, you can see, let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, very good. You can see now that we are starting the pipeline. We are creating EMR cluster, and then we want to check if the EMR has been created. That's the sensor. We want to add the extraction step, okay, which is going to be using the ingest.sh script, okay, and that's going to be using the wget command, right? And then we are going to check if the extraction step is completed. If it is completed, then it moves to the next task. We are going to add the transformation step, and then we are going to be checking if the transformation step is completed, after which we will then remove the cluster. We will terminate the cluster. How do we know if the cluster is terminated? We want to have a sensor that will show us that, and then we want to have our end pipeline dummy operator to just signify that we are at the end of the pipeline. Okay, because this will really be good whenever, if you are working in the actual if you are working in the industry where you have a lot of DAGs and a lot of stuff, and you have cross collaboration with other teams. So it really helps you people when they are looking at your DAG to really know where the end of the DAG is, because in most cases the DAG is going to be more complex than this, with a lot of branches and all of that. So it's good for you to be able to signify the start and the end of the pipeline. Okay, very good. Now that we have these guys, so what we can do is that we can trigger and see what happens. Okay, fingers crossed. If you also want to check if all your code has propagated through, just click on this code and just scroll down just to make sure that everything has propagated through. And this seems like everything has propagated through. I'll go back to graph. Okay, I'll make this bigger. Guys, before we run this right here, guys, if you are finding this video valuable, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, okay, and click on that like button also, so that we can be ranked higher by the YouTube algorithm. And also put your comment in the comment section below, and also help to share this among your friends, among your colleagues. Okay, we want to be able to get to increase our number of subscribers and the number of people that we are, that we are impacting. Okay, help me to get to that stage. Okay, that in the next 1 month, help me to get to the 10,000 subscriber. Okay, so share this among your friends, encourage your friends, okay, to go through our videos, to watch our videos and build projects, as they are trying to transition into data engineering, or even they are in data engineering already, but they need this for their project to work. Okay, encourage them to subscribe. Help me to get to 10,000 subscribers in the next 1 month. Okay, all right, guys, let's get this going, guys. Let us click execute. Again, if we get error, we are going to debug. Okay, let me refresh this just so we know what is in the latest cluster. Okay, you can see that, guys. Let us now execute. I click trigger DAG, and then I'll come right here. I'll click this first one. Okay, and then I'll zoom in to make it bigger so we can see. Okay, now guys, you can see what's going on, guys. We have started the pipeline, right? And then we have triggered the creation of the cluster. Okay, let us click on this and let us go to logs. If you go to logs, you can see that job flow ID here has been created. What is our job flow ID? It ends in N6W3. N6W3. Let us go to our EMR cluster. Let us refresh. Very good. You can see N6W3. You can see now that this is starting out. This is starting. Okay. So what is going to happen is that, let's go back to graph. What is going to happen now is that you can see this task right here that we call is EMR cluster created. Okay, if I click on this and I go to logs, this is what is trying to check. This sensor is trying to check if the EMR cluster has been fully created, because if it is created, this status is going to change to waiting, right? It's going to change to the waiting status. Okay, and that is what this sensor is checking. So if you go to logs, let us see what is happening. You can see that, you can see what is happening, right? You say found credentials. You found our credentials in this folder, and then now it's poking this cluster. You see that this is the cluster we just created, and that's why I told you that if you come back to this, our code, and that's why I told you that when you create your cluster right here, this is going to generate a job ID, job flow ID, and that job flow ID, we are going to extract that right here, and then we are going to be monitoring it until we get to this target state. Okay, so now you can see that this is poking every 5 minutes. It says job flow currently starting. If you scroll down, you can see job flow currently starting, right? So it is still in the starting state. You can see every 5 seconds we are poking. You can see this one was 1940-46, and then it goes to 1940-51, then it goes to 1940-56, 1940-56. You can see every 5 seconds we are poking. Okay, but because this is going to take about 11 minutes or so, okay, because it's going to take a long time, okay, so we would like to just spend some time. So because this is going to take some time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video, and then intermittently I will come back in to explain what is going on, so that we can be able to understand what is going on this DAG end to end. So as this is going on, I'll be coming in, and give some comments, okay, as the DAG progresses. Okay, but this stage is going to take some minutes. Okay, all right, guys. Again, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead right now and click that subscribe button. What are you waiting for, guys? So click that subscribe button, and also click that bell so that you can be notified whenever we release any of our videos. Please share this video among your friends, encourage them to subscribe. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers in the next 1 month. Help us to be able to achieve this so that we can impact more lives. Okay, and also do not forget to click that like button and and also put your comment in the comment section below. If you have any question or you have anything that you want us to any video you would like us to make, please put that in the comment section below. All right, guys, I will take some break right now while this is running, and then I will be coming in intermittently to make comments based on the DAG. Okay, this step right now is going to take some time. Go get some coffee or go get some water, or do whatever thing you want to do, and then come back and take a look at what's going on. All right, guys, see you later. Hello, guys. You can see right now that the EMR cluster created is not success, and then now it added extraction step. Let's see what happens. Let us refresh this. You can see very good. You can see now it is in waiting. This completed in about 10 minutes. You can see that it's completed in about 10 minutes. This is the cluster job ID. You can see that, guys. And then it went straight to the extraction step, and this extraction step, where we are going to add the extraction step, if you come to logs, you can see it says adding steps to this cluster ID, and this is the cluster ID that we are working on. You can see N6W3. You can see N6W3. Okay, so and then it created a step ID for that extraction step. You can see this is the step ID. It added it to that job flow. You can see, let me go back to my graph. You can see that was successful, and then now that step is running. Let me click this and then come to steps. You can see that the step is running right now. It is running. So because it is running, let us check our sensor right here. Click this, come to logs. You can see that our log right here, first of all, said that it is pending, and then pending, because we are checking for that cluster ID and the step, that step. You can see it's pending, and then it went to running eventually. So that step was running, and then it got to completed. You can see if we go back to graph, you can see it's extraction completed. Now it's completed, and then we now went to add transformation step. You can see that the process is still ongoing. So we have added extraction step right now. That is added. Okay, if I come back right here, if I refresh this, refresh table, now you can see this is the transformation step, is in pending. Therefore, if I go to my sensor that is checking if it is completed, if I click this and I go to logs, you can see that this second step also has its own step ID. The step ID was created in this add transformation step. If you come right here, you can see this is the cluster ID, and then this is the step ID that it is adding to that job ID, to that job, right, to that job flow. So if I come back and check for the sensor that is checking for our transformation, let us check the logs. You can see it's saying pending. Now it says running. So it is running all those transformation steps that I showed you in that .py file. You can see if I refresh this, you can see it is running. Okay, you can see that the status here says running, right? It is in upper and lower case. Your R is uppercase, and then your, it is capitalized. Basically, all these characters are lowercase, right? However, if you put this like this in your code, it's not going to be able to sense it, because I've also had that type of problem previously, and that's why I say just put all this in uppercase. And why is that? Is because if you come to your Airflow right here, when your Airflow is reporting this, is reporting it as uppercase. You can see your pending, your running, everything is in uppercase, and that is why Airflow wants us to put these things in upper cases. Okay, you can see that's why we have uppercase right there. Okay, completed. Okay, very good. I think this is really running pretty good. You can see that we are checking if transformation step is completed. You see that this tells us that it is still running. If you go to our S3 bucket, let's go to our S3 bucket and confirm what's going on. If I come to this S3 bucket, our raw data, this is our raw data. You see our raw data, you see we're able to extract it inside here, and then we are going to grab this data in the transformation step, and then we are going to load it in this folder, this transform zone folder. You can see we don't have anything yet. Why is that? Is because this is still running. If I refresh this and I go to steps, you see that it is still running. So because of that, I don't have anything yet in this folder. Okay, so let us continue to monitor it. Hopefully we don't have error. You can see it is still running, but again, error is good, because if you have error, you can debug, and it helps you to learn better. It helps you to learn new things. Okay, the more you debug. Okay, we just want to make sure that our code is free of error before you productionalize it, before you put it in production. Okay, very good. You can see how we begin to learn how we can automate running EMR jobs. Okay, and this is what you're going to be doing in the industry as well. When you are working on big data technologies, okay, you are going to be automating the process, because you don't want to be running manual processes. Okay, now very good. You can see what is happening. This is still running. It continues to poke. Okay, it continues to poke. I think this one is poking every 10 seconds. Yes, this one is poking every 10 seconds. If you look at it, the transformation step, we put 10 seconds. You can see that we put 10 seconds. So that one is poking every 10 seconds. That's good. So we are still in the running phase. It's still running. Let me refresh this just for you to see. Okay, very good. Now it says completed. Now that it is completed, let us verify that right here. Very good. You can see this also said success criteria met, exiting. It is a success. Let's go back to our graph. You can see now, because now we have finished that, now we are terminating our cluster. Okay, you can see that, like I said, if you are terminating your cluster, you need to be able to sense it if it has finished terminating or not. Let us go to our EMR. Let us see what's going on. Let's click this. Now you can see this is saying terminating. Let us go to our sensor. This is interesting, guys. I love this. You can see now we are poking every 5 seconds. Okay, and you can see it says terminating. You can see it is still running, because it is still in the termination step. So when it finishes terminating, then it's going to get to terminated, and then it's going to mark this as success. Okay, it is still running. You can see it is still running. It is still in terminating phase. You can see if I refresh this, let's see now. You see now this is terminated. So in the next few seconds, our airflow should be, this also should say terminated. You can see now our log right here now is saying terminated, and then immediately it did that. You can see it marked this as success. If you go to the graph, you can see, guys, now it marked this as success, and then it ended that pipeline. Wow, this is awesome. Now, guys, you can begin to see how we can automate our let's go back to our architecture. You can begin to see how we can use Airflow to automate our EMR jobs, from creating our EMR cluster. We mentioned the nodes that we want to create, okay, and then we checked, has it been provisioned completely? Okay, is that a success? We added the steps. We use extraction step. Then we checked, as the extraction step completed. We added transformation step. We checked if the transformation step was completed. Okay, and then we said, let us terminate the cluster, and we check if the termination step was success, and then we ended the pipeline. Wow, this is awesome, guys. Let us validate our S3 bucket where we have the transform file. You can see that it has been saved inside this. You can see the package file. Okay, if you go back to our architecture, you can see that we want to implement a situation whereby when that file lands in the S3 bucket, we want to trigger Snowpipe to perform a copy command to load that data inside Snowflake, and then also connect Power BI to the Snowflake. Okay, so guys, that is going to be your assignment for this project. Okay, I've showed you previously in my previous video. If you look at this, if you go to this video, I showed you how you can do that exactly. Okay, so in this particular video, our transformed file was a CSV, and then immediately it lands inside this transformed data bucket. It triggers Snowpipe, which then helps to perform the copy command to load the data inside Snowflake, and then I connected Power BI to it. Okay, so go and watch this video for you to be able to implement this. It's basically going to be almost the same thing. The only difference that you are going to be having is that instead of a CSV file, which we have in this case, okay, for this particular video that we just did this project, is going to be a package file, as you can see that in our transformed folder. You can see package file. I also showed you that in the .py file of the transformation code, the function, we are converting it to a package file. We are saving it as a package file. Okay, so the only difference is that in this one I showed right here was a CSV file, and then in this one that we just did right now is a package file. Okay, so it's pretty much almost the same thing. You only just need to create a file format for package, because in the case of this one, in the case of this project, I created a file format in Snowflake for CSV. Okay, but in this your assignment I'm giving to you, you are going to be creating a file format for package. Okay, so go through this video so that you understand how I completed this process, and do same thing. Okay, also for this one. Only thing is that this time around it's not a CSV, but it's a package file. Okay, so that is going to be your homework for this project, and that is how you will begin to be able to learn and be able to come up with a data engineering project yourself. Okay, if you are able to implement this, doing this project end to end and doing this homework, put that in the comment section below. Okay, if you are able to perform that, if you're able to complete the project end to end, I highly encourage you to go and do that. Again, that's how you're going to be learning. Okay, and again, like I said, I have already done that for you right here. The only thing is just that here I use the CSV file, but in this project we are going to be using package because we saved our file as package. So explore that and let me know in the comment section below if you were able to do that. Okay, all right guys, I hope you guys are getting this. Guys, if you are really finding this valuable, please go ahead right now and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that bell to be notified whenever we release any of our videos. Okay, and click that like button, guys, because when you click that like button, then that is telling YouTube algorithm that people like this video and it can show this video to more people. Also, put your comment in the comment section below. Okay, because the more comments we have, the better the YouTube algorithm is going to rank us, because the YouTube algorithm will then say, oh, people like this video, therefore let me show it to more people. Okay, help us to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers that we want to achieve in the next 1 month. Okay, before the end of this year we want to get to 10,000 subscribers. Please help us to achieve our goal by helping us to share our videos, helping us to share our our playlist and talking about our channel. As you can see right here, guys, I've showed you different documentations right here, and I am going to be sharing these documentations right here in the description below. Okay, and also these videos that I have shared with you, I will encourage, go and watch this video so that you can get an understanding of what I have done before, okay, and what I am doing right now in this video that I'm teaching you. Okay, I will share this link with you, where also you learn how to remotely connect your Visual Studio Code to AWS EC2. Okay, and also, guys, I'm also reminding you guys that after you complete this project, please make sure you terminate all the necessary services that you are not using that might be costing you money. Take, for example, the EC2 that we are running the Airflow on. Okay, go ahead and terminate that. Okay, your EMR is already terminated based on these DAG that we have created and we have run successfully. So that should be good. Okay, if you are able to complete this project, put that in the comment section below so that I will know that you are able to complete this project. And if you have any question, feel free to put that in the comment section below. Also, my access key, I am going to be deleting that, and the reason I'm deleting that is because I've also used it in this video, right? So that you guys don't have access to that, I'm going to be deleting it and deactivating it. Okay, all right, guys, again, if you find this valuable, click on that like button and click on that subscribe button. Help us to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year, guys. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.